The holiday season is the most wonderful time of the year for many. But for Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, it's also the time of year they tend to get sick. We always get sick during the holidays, but I figured out why, Ripa shared on the Friday, December 5th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. It's because our bodies know we can't get sick because we have to be here. I'm not kidding. As soon as it's the holidays, like day one, that's when I come down with something. Ripa noted that it's not stress that causes her and Consuelos to fall ill around the holidays. I just think my body knows, like, you don't have to be anywhere, so you will now get that virus that everybody else had. It's now your time, she said. To back her point, Ripa recalled a not-so-pleasant memory from a few years ago. Right at the beginning of COVID, we had winter break here. And there was a second outbreak of COVID, she told viewers. We tape our final show, and you, Michael Gelman, called me immediately like 2 hours later and you go, just so you know, when we come back from winter break, we're not coming back to the studio because there's another outbreak of COVID and we're closing down the building again. As soon as she got home from the taping, Ripa said that her and Consuelos' kids each tested positive for COVID, one by one. Consuelos himself also contracted the virus at the time. I put everybody in lockdown individually, Ripa shared. They go into deep lockdown. The couple share kids Michael, 28, Lola, 24, and Joaquin, 22. She continued. Andy Cohen calls me and he goes, just bite the bullet and get COVID and get it over with. You're the last person on earth to have COVID. Get COVID. And I, with my mask and my hazmat suit on and rubber gloves in the house, I said, if you think I'm going to get sick during my already scheduled time off instead of maximizing my time off by getting COVID during a work week, you are wrong. Ripa managed to stay COVID-free for the remainder of break, but spent the holidays alone as her family recovered. On Live, Consuelos pointed out that Ripa didn't get COVID for the longest time. Live. Mark Consuelos makes health confession after unexplained absence from show. I didn't get it for a really long time, to the point where I got it and I was in denial that I had it, Ripa confirmed. I was like, that's got to be a false positive. But I, in fact, had it. But it was during the work week, so yay me. Earlier this week, Ripa revealed on Live that she is way behind on purchasing Christmas gifts for her family. I am usually done by now. I have not begun, she stated on the show's Thursday, December 4th episode. Consuelos offered a solution to her holiday stress, suggesting that they don't need to purchase presents for each other this year. Ripa was down with the idea as she went on to joke, that's actually 2 less gifts, 'cause I don't have to get your gift and I don't have to get the gift that you give me, she quipped. So, it's like real freedom. Have you ever noticed the strangest phenomenon during the holiday season? You spend weeks rushing around, buying gifts, wrapping up work projects, and handling all the stress like a superhero. But the very second you finally sit down to relax, boom. You wake up with a sore throat, a fever, or just feel completely wiped out. If this sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. In fact, TV's favorite power couple, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, recently opened up about this exact struggle. On a recent episode of their show, they broke down a fascinating theory on why they, and probably you, always seem to get sick the moment the holidays begin. It's not just bad luck. There might actually be a physiological reason for it. Stay tuned because we are diving deep into their theory, and it might just change how you plan your vacation this year. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a very relatable moment from Live with Kelly and Mark. We all know that morning television is usually about high energy, celebrity interviews, and coffee talk. But what makes Kelly and Mark such a dynamic duo is their ability to pull back the curtain on their real lives. They don't just present the glamorous side. They talk about the exhaustion, the parenting struggles, and yes, the health battles. During a recent broadcast, the conversation took a turn toward the upcoming holiday break. Now, for most of us, the holidays are the finish line. It's that glowing beacon at the end of a long year. But for Kelly and Mark, the holidays have historically come with a downside. The inevitable crash. It started with them discussing their upcoming time off. You would think 2 people with their resources would be guaranteed a relaxing, healthy vacation. But they admitted that as soon as the cameras stop rolling and the adrenaline of the production schedule wears off, their bodies sort of Give up. Kelly pointed out that they run at such a high octave for so long. Between the daily live shows, their production company, and family life, they are constantly in go mode. Mark agreed, noting that the hustle doesn't allow for downtime. But here is where the interesting holiday sickness theory comes into play. The theory explained. Mark Consuelos, who often brings a very logical, sometimes sports-oriented perspective to these chats, seemingly agreed with a concept known as the letdown effect. While they didn't give a medical lecture, the theory they discussed revolves around stress hormones. Here is the breakdown of what they were getting at. When you are in a high-stress or high-activity period like the weeks leading up to Christmas or Hanukkah, your body is pumping out cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are essentially keeping you alive and moving. They mask pain, they keep your energy up, and surprisingly, they can temporarily boost your immune system to handle the immediate threat, or in this case, the immediate to-do list. However, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos noted that the second they stop, that protection vanishes. The theory is that once the brain realizes the danger or the work is over, it stops producing those stimulating hormones. Your immune system, which has been running on overdrive, suddenly crashes. It's like a car running out of gas the moment it pulls into the driveway. Kelly shared how frustrating it is. You work hard to earn the break, but you end up spending the break nursing a cold. It's a cruel irony. They joked about how they almost have to stay stressed just to stay healthy, which of course isn't a sustainable solution either. This conversation resonated with so many viewers because it validates that feeling of vacation sickness. It's not in your head. It is a biological response to the sudden shift from 100 miles per hour to zero. So what did the hosts suggest? While they didn't offer a medical cure-all, the banter highlighted the importance of perhaps winding down slowly rather than slamming on the brakes. Or, at the very least, stocking up on vitamin C before the break starts.